So one thing that I've thought about quite a lot since the past few years is how we as a species have eradicated boredom. And some might think it's a good thing. I do not. It's like we look at boredom as this disease. We don't want to be bored for 1 second. We need Netflix, HBO, we need iPads and iPhones, we need televisions, and we need everything, books, all the time. Either we're sitting on the bus or waiting for our doctor. We don't want to be bored, not a second. If you're walking to school as a kid, see them all the time. They want to be entertained. You see grown-ups on bikes, people in cars, touching on their phone. You see people with earbuds, always consuming something. If it's not a show, it's a podcast. If it's not a podcast, it's news. If it's not news, it's some kind of an audiobook. And I'm not saying there's not a place for everything of that, because a lot of those things can be great as well, because you can use podcasts to be more enlightened. You can use books to learn more. You can see documentaries to see how the world works. So a lot of those things are beneficial as well. And me, myself, I myself am a villain of that. Never bored, even though I know I should be more bored at times. I use all the podcasts as vehicles to know more. I listen to self-help books all the time because I want to be better. So I'm constantly consuming because I've taught myself that where you're actually learning something. And I'm probably doing that as well. The problem is if I'm constantly learning and doing way less than I should, what is the point? And I think we need to be, and that's where I think that boredom is so important. Because that's the time where you take all the knowledge that you've acquired, where you take things from theory to practice, is where you apply what you've learned into new ideas. And I miss boredom so much. When I wake up in the morning, what's the first thing I do? Sometimes news, sometimes music, sometimes some kind of a podcast, or sometimes I'm in the book. I put my AirPods in my ears, and there I go. A lot of the time, I don't even go out and run without being entertained. And throughout the years, I know that the runs that I've had without any type of entertainment have actually led to some breakthroughs. In 2007, I made the decision to leave Apple. I used to work for Apple for around 5 years here in Sweden. And it was a job that I loved. However, I had to leave because I was working every day. I had my own business as well. And I wanted to be there more for my kids. And it was after a run that I said to myself, okay, now it's over. And it was like, because I was out running, I mean, some people might say it's fun. It isn't. Not for me. I mean, I might like it, but it's not fun. Especially if you don't have music in your ears. And that run, I remember it so vividly. I came home And it came out of the blue. I was probably bored. And I came in and I told my wife, you know what? I'm going to work tomorrow and I'm leaving my letter of resignation. And I did. And my wife was so happy because 2017, my daughter was 6, my son was 3. So, and my wife had taken a very large piece of the work with the kids. And also I was away every Saturday and Sunday as well with all the work that I had. And she was like, "Are you really sure?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she started crying of happiness. And she gave me a hug. And that came from nowhere. That came after being bored on a run. I have another story. Like 10 years ago, me and my family, we went to Costa Rica for 6 weeks. Here in Sweden, we get maternity leave and paternity leave. So with our 2 kids, we could both go away for 6 weeks. And I had also saved a lot of money. So we went there. And in Costa Rica, I mean, we had iPhones and iPads and everything with us. And I had 1 book as well. But because of us traveling all the time, taking buses, going to hotels with very limited Wi-Fi, we spent a lot of time just doing nothing, staying at the pools, taking it easy, staying with the kids. And in all those moments, there was also a lot of waiting, chilling, taking it easy, and a whole lot of boredom. And I had this 1 book with me. I still have it. It's called Simplify Your Life. And that's something that I've worked with quite a lot because I feel like we have many things that only take away of life and make it more complex. So I had 1 book. I was reading like parts of it, chapters here and there. And one day I went out and bought like this notebook and started working on a company, of an idea about a company, like an app. And when I came home, I actually connected with a few developers. We made the app. But because of all the work that I had, I didn't have the time to really look that idea through. Even though we had came quite along, we were talking to a lot of investors, got big no-nos from a few of them, but I didn't have the timing was wrong because my kids were so small, and I also had a job that I really needed to focus on to pay the bills. But the story here is that the idea came from boredom. And without that boredom and lack of constant entertainment in another place, my mind went to places where it never would go. Now that idea isn't dead. I'm just about to start it up again. But still, it was boredom that fueled it from the beginning. And I see it all the time around me. When I let myself be bored. In the beginning, it's hard. But once I let my thoughts go away or like start to flow, I go get through ideas. And I'm guessing that's what not motivation, but meditation is. When you get in this flow. So I really need to explore boredom more. I know you might have put on this video to get all the answers, and I wish I could give them to you. But the only thing that I can say truly is that Every time I've let myself be bored, something good has come out of it. And I think it's very important to be in an environment where you can be bored. Right now, I'm at my cabin. A wonderful little house that's over 100 years old. That's mine and my wife's. And here it's almost impossible to be bored because wherever I look, I see things I need to do. Grass to cut, trees to get cut down. I see a kitchen that has to be finished. I see so much work. So at those times where I really just sit down and take it easy and don't do nothing, it's hard to be bored because I have so much things to do. So maybe the solution is to go away where you don't have any obligations to do anything. No food to cook, no kitchen to clean. Just be with yourself. So I'm gonna do my best to let boredom come more into my life. Because I know every time I have done it, something really great has come out of it. Thanks, guys.